Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel Linda T70. It's really good to have your company today. Thank you so much if you are a regular viewer, and if you're new, welcome. Good to have you along today as well. Now, first thing to say is I'm filming my videos in a slightly different way to how I normally do. So the one I've just done, which would be the food tasting one, will be going out today, but I'm also filming one that I want to go out in a few days time. So this is kind of a packing for your holiday type video, and just a few things I've bought to take with me. If you have watched, I can't say thank you for watching really, because I'm assuming some of you or most of you did. So if you watched the food tasting one that I did with some of my family, I really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's it's the sort of video you can't really do on your own. Somebody had asked me a while back. Oh, that reminds me of something. Somebody asked me a while back about doing a food tasting thing, and people have asked me about baking and that sort of thing, and I do occasionally do a bit of cooking, but I mean, I'm no great cook, and it's not something that I find my favourite thing to do, but that's not to say I won't do them. So, it's all sort of parked up there for different ideas, and I do appreciate you asking me to do different things. If I'm running out of ideas, it's good if you tell me what you'd like to see. The food tasting thing, you really need to have somebody to do it with. And I thought, well, who can I ask? Because most of the people I know, like I would have done a year ago, would run a mile away from a camera and not want to be filmed. But the one person who I thought probably would be okay with it was my son, as it happens, because he's kind of he's always taking photos and in photos, and he's quite relaxed about it. He's not like the rest of us in our family, sort of got the thing, oh God, I look terrible in a photo. He's just kind of natural, that sort of thing, and his children are as well. So his children were in it, my lovely Cora and Rafi. And they're kind of I call them Instagram kids, because you've only got to point a camera at them and they're kind of, thank you to them for helping me. And of course my previous husband, not to be confused with my current husband, who happened to be with us that day, and he said he'd be happy to be in it as well. So it was an unusual, sort of an eclectic mix of my family, if you like, but basically the only ones that want to go on a camera. So thank you to them, and I hope you enjoyed watching us. It's just a bit of fun, really. Anyway, today's video is about packing and things I bought to take on our little trip to Cologne in Germany, which we're going on in a few days' time. And we are meeting up with my friend and her husband, who've been doing some travels. They've been to sort of Krakow and Prague and Linz and Salzburg and whatever, various other places, and we're meeting them at the end of their trip. We did go to Cologne with them 5 years ago, in November 2019. I remember it distinctly, because there was something on the that happened on the news that wasn't very nice, and they just not where we were, just actually in London, and they quite often mention that as an anniversary, and I don't realise it's that it was that long ago. What I mean is, this particular piece of news, there was something that happened in London and it wasn't very nice, but it gets mentioned when the anniversaries of that come. So, and every time I see the reminders of that, I think, oh, that was the time we were in Cologne. But I mean, I wish I'm going down a rabbit hole with this, really, aren't I? But anyway, so it was 5 years ago. Not that you care, but it was 5 years ago. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it now. I've got everything organised. I've done my travel insurance. We've got a currency. We've got nearly everything. I think we've got everything we need to go. One of the trains the timing's changed on it, but we've got that sorted out. So I know where we have to be and what we have to do. More or less anyway. So I mean, I'm just a little bit worried about the two of us wandering around stations in foreign countries like sort of little old people not sure what to do with themselves. But I'm, you know, like everyone keeps saying to me, everyone in France and Germany speaks English, don't they? Well, nearly everybody. So I mean, we're quite remiss, aren't we, in this country? We don't bother because everybody seems to learn English. I wonder why that is. Anyway, that's a question for another day. Right, so the first thing to show you is I probably won't try these on because I've got quite a lot to get on with, and this video might be a bit long if I do. I needed to replace my jeggings. Now I live and die in leggings. Honestly, I know it sounds really sloppy, but it's just the go-to thing. It's just so easy to put on, and then you just kind of dress up the rest of you, don't you? And the ones I'm a fan of are from Yours Clothing, and they are, I've got 2 pairs of them. Now I can't tell you the price of these because we didn't get any paperwork, and I forgot to look on the website, and it doesn't tell you on the doodah. So but I know they were 20 something pounds. I'm gonna say 25. I think they were slightly under that, but don't shoot me. So these are Lola Shaper leggings, and as you can see, I'm a size 20. So just in case you haven't seen me before, or you've forgotten, because it's ages since I did a clothing haul, I am 5'7". I am 71 years old, and I am a size 20. And these, I really like these. They're really stretchy. They are high-waisted, and I buy regular length because although I'm 5'7", which some people think is quite tall, I don't think it's particularly tall, but some people do. My length is, or my height is more in my body than in my legs, so I'm not a long-legged lover from Liverpool or anything. So I bought 2 different shades, this shade and this shade. They're both exactly the same. They're both Lola, and I can't recommend them highly enough. Like I say, they're just so comfortable. The only reason I've bought 2 more, well, the reason I've bought 2 new pairs is because I really like them, and the other pair I've got are just worn out because I wear them such a lot. They're just such an easy go-to thing. So I've got 2 pairs of those for just for general use, but I will take a pair away with me. Right, the next thing I got, oh, well, it's going to be quite chilly where we're going. I mean, it's chilly everywhere now. Oh, that storm, wasn't it dreadful? And I had my back garden, my decorations, some of them have flown down the end of the garden. I mean, they stood up quite well, the baubles on the arch that I did, but some of them came off, and I have got to put them back. You know, there's nothing that can't be repaired. But the canopy on our outdoor sort of canopy thing, garden canopy thing that is attached to our house, which if you've been following me for a while, you will have seen my garden. Me and current husband did our garden up a few months ago, well, in the spring I think, and we bought a new canopy, and I really love it. I absolutely love it, but the whole canopy got ripped to shreds, so we're going to have to see if we can get another one to replace it. The frame's fine, it's just the canopy, so I don't know how easy that will be. But anyway, so the wind's been terrible, the rain's been horrible. Some poor people have had it much worse than us, but it's been bad enough where I live, so goodness knows how everyone else has coped. But anyway, so we're all prepared for a bit of bad weather now. So I did buy a hat to wear when I go away, and just in general for winter when I take the dogs out. Now, I think I look really stupid in a hat. I put those, you know, those knitted ones. I've tried those. Now, when I was young, I used to wear them. I mean, donkeys years ago we're talking. And I don't think I look that bad. Didn't look any worse than anyone else. But now I just look so terrible. So I thought I'd go for like a sort of one of these beanie ones. And we were in Marks and Spencer's at the weekend buying some bits, which I'll show you. And they had quite a nice beanie hat there. This shape, not this hat. This is from Next, which was just on by the checkout thing. And I picked one up and put it on my head. Where else would you put it? Oh dear, sorry. And I put it on my head, and current husband laughed at me, and I mean, I did just sort of plonk it on, and but this woman said, "Oh, I thought that looked rather nice on you." But anyway, I decided not to get this hat, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And I was going to go into Marks and Spencer's again this morning in town, but my morning took me to one of the retail parks, and they had a Next, and I went in there, and this is kind of similar. So I'm going to put this on, but be prepared, because I just think I look ridiculous in this, but I don't know. I think I look better in this shape than a beanie hat. So I don't know. I don't know. What do people, what you're supposed to look like in a hat like this? I sometimes think if I didn't wear glasses, maybe I'd look a bit better. But then I'd just be falling over, wouldn't I? So that wouldn't really help. So I bought this this morning. Now I'm going to keep this on just while I look for the price, so you can have a good old laugh. This always called a Borg bucket hat, and this was it was £14. £14. Excuse me. But the thing with this is it's reversible. I don't know if I suppose most of these hats are. I mean, I've always called this sort of thing a beanie hat, but it's a bucket hat. Don't know which sounds worse actually. So, and that's the furry side. Now, I don't know if you're meant to wear it like that or wear it like that or what you're supposed to do, but yeah, I've got one. So if I need a hat while I'm away, or indeed for walking dogs or whatever, I've got this one, and it's this nice sort of, I don't know what you call this, but you'll see this features quite a lot in my shopping. So on the weekend anyway, we went to Marks and Spencer's. Now when I go on holiday, I am going to take my camera, and I've got a sort of a hand, I was going to say handstand, that's something else, isn't it? This stand thing that goes with my camera, because you know I'm a bit reluctant to film outside, but I'm going to try and make myself do it. So I thought, what would be a bit easier that rather than walking, because it's a proper camera, it's not a phone that I'm using. And I sort of looked online, etc., and I looked on YouTube, and a lot of people recommended this stand. It actually is supposed to go with this camera, and it's just because when you're holding something like this, it's a bit more wobbly than holding something with a stand. What are those things called? Those things that you know, that sort of move with you. I can't remember what they're called, but anyway, I don't have one of those. And this is a little tripod thing as well, and it's quite a lot of money though, but current husband bought me that, so that was really kind of him. And so I thought I'm going to take that with me, and so there's a few bits that I want to keep in a bag. Now my handbag, I'm not very much of a bag person. I haven't got loads of different bags, and they kind of get on my nerves. I'm happy with the one I'm used to. So, but I wanted a bigger bag that had a zip, so nothing fell out of it when I fall up the curb on the train or something. And something lightweight, and something that was kind of, let me just move you down a bit. This is a good mime. Sort of something that fits nicely under your arm, and you're not walking like this. And I found this in Marks and Spencer's, and I thought, hello. And at first I thought, oh, perhaps I need a kind of extendable strap. Now I'll tell you what this is. It was £35, and this is it's made in China, retained for returns. Does it tell you? Does it tell you what it is? Oh, I built you up there, and it doesn't really tell you. Let's see if it's got a name on this. I don't know. We're just forever looking at flipping twill half. Oh, it's not on there. Oh, this must be the other receipt. We paid twice in Marks and Spencer's in different departments. Anyway, it's £35, and it's just got loads of paper in it, so I shall just take this out. Sorry about the noise. It's got a pocket inside, and it's got a zipped pocket this side, and I thought that it would sit nicely on my shoulder and be nice and, if you understand what I mean, nice and sort of close to me. My handbag I normally wear across my body, but bigger bags don't really work like that very well, do they? Well, maybe they do, I just haven't seen them. So I bought this, and I'm really pleased with that, so I really hope that works. And I also thought, if we buy anything when we're walking around, around the Christmas markets or anything, it will go in there. And it's the same stuff that the hat's made of. I don't know whether it's water resistant or anything. It's vegan. Oh, somebody's just started a motorbike up. I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, that's all the information I've got for you on that one. And they did it in lots of different colours, so I'm pleased with that. I'm hoping that will, and also in that I will keep my bag. I have a wallet with the train tickets, our passports, all that sort of stuff you have to hand, so that can all fit nicely in there. Plus this type of thing. I don't know if I'm going to take my tripod. I mean, this is a tripod as well, so I don't know, I have to think about that. I know you won't really care about that. Plus, of course, every holiday in your bag, who doesn't like a sucky sweet? So I bought, this is all I could find in the Co-op today, and I thought, Linda, oh, by the way, do we know what a sucky sweet is? There, when you go anywhere, you don't normally have bags of sweets, but if you go anywhere like on a flight or anything like that, or a trip in the car, you have a bag of sweets and you pass them round, and it just, I don't know, we don't really sit and eat sweets the rest of the time, but we do then. And I wanted something like, I don't know, a humbug or a fruit drop or something. I thought, don't buy fruit pastels and don't buy wine gums, because you can't just have one of those, can you? But all I could find was enough said, really. Now, the other thing I got for myself was sort of go with the hat and the bag, but they don't really, was a pair of gloves. Now I do have some gloves, I've got leather gloves, and they might be an easier thing to take with me. I'll probably just take both, but I thought these were quite nice and snuggly. And I thought also that the wrist bit, because I've got really big hands, this is nice that it goes quite a way up your wrist so you don't get a draft. So draft on your wrist. And they were, hang on, oatmeal gloves, they were £12. I also got Current Husband some socks, and they were £14 for 5 pairs. And what else did I get him? I also bought him this. Let me just reach over and get it. They've got a whole range in Next of these I know they do this sort of thing for women, but didn't know they did it for men as well. So you've got a shirt and a jumper, but it's not a shirt, it's just a little bit, that goes down to there or something. So it looks like you've got a shirt under your jumper. I know you know that without me telling you, but still. Now, I thought this was quite a nice one. They had a whole different lot of them, and there was one I liked a bit more than this, but they didn't have his size. But when we pack for these sorts of things, he always seems to want to take a shirt with him, but it's just another thing to pack, and then they get crumpled up. Now, I'm not saying this won't get creased, this bit, but it's probably less likely. And he likes blue, and it's a nice blue jumper. I buy extra large for him, just to fit his muscles in, not because of any other reason. This was £42, which is sort of take out another mortgage money, really, isn't it? But it's nearly Christmas, and he's quite nice to me most of the time, so I thought I'd buy him that. as part of his Christmas present. And the socks, I just don't, my love shows no bounds really. At least I didn't buy him pants. I looked at the men's pants in Next, not because I'm weird, but I thought I could buy him some more. And I've always bought him, well, I don't even know what they're called really. I think they're called, are they called trunks? They sort of go down their legs a little bit. The legs of the pants go slightly down their legs. I think they're trunks. But now they've got A-front trunks in there, and I couldn't find anything that didn't say that. And I thought, I don't know what an A-front trunk is. Am I the only person that doesn't know what an A-front trunk is? I mean, it looked up from the picture, because there's always a bloke on the front, isn't there? And the panel looked like that, but I didn't know whether it was if you're right-handed or left-handed. Anyway, I couldn't work that out, so he's gone without the pants. He'll have to do the ones he's got. So anyway, so there's that one, £42, so I hope he likes that. Right, now, I have bought... We've got a coat each as well, new coat each. Now this isn't all for this trip. This is just because we need them. I'll show you. We bought another shirt. Actually, I think I bought this for him as well. We got this from Marks and Spencer's as well. This is £45, and it's quite chunky, quite thick. I don't know if you can see the. Can you see the sort of pattern on the fabric? So it's a zip down to the chest, pockets which have, yeah, they're pockets with poppers, so you can put stuff in them if you want, your phone I suppose, cuffs, got a sort of cuff thing at the bottom and a yoke at the back. And they did this in lots of different colours as well. I mean, I think these things are quite expensive, but I think, well, sometimes, you know, you want something that you think is going to last, and hopefully they will. And as I say, they did this one in all different colours, so we got him that. And the other thing I got him, I'm saying I got him because these were his Christmas presents from me, was he wanted a new coat. Sorry, I've got to stand up again. So, we got this one, again from Marks and Spencer's. This was £99, and he wanted one, well, he didn't particularly want a longer jacket, but this one looks nice on him. So it is, let me tell you what it says. Well, this one's 3XL chest. Light warmth, stormwear, repels water and in rain showers. Does it tell you anything else? So it says shower resistant on it. He didn't want a hood, so there's no, we haven't got a hood here, just a you know, an upright collar. We've got buttons, but a zip as well. Probably not easy to tell what this looks like as it's black. There's a vent at the back, which is there's a button vent, but it's stitched as well, so I'll have to undo the stitch. Sorry, not showing you that very well. They do that, don't they, shops? And the pockets, these pockets aren't stitched, and he wanted these sort of angled pockets rather than the patch pockets, so he got that, and I think that's really nice. And yeah, I think he's quite pleased with that, so that'll be lovely to take, because sometimes, especially if you're travelling on trains and buses and coaches and whatever, you don't want a load of bulk, do you? Now, I did get myself a coat, which I'll try on for you, but I'll just stop the camera so I can put it on. Right, this is Feather and Down or something, Feather and Down I think. This was £85. Let me show you down a bit. There we go. So it's got pockets here which are zippered. Okay, so it comes to just above my knee. It feels really, really warm as soon as you put it on. Got a hood. Let's show you the hood. See what it looks like with my hat. Where did I put my hat? My bucket hat. dear. There we go. Let's put that down to one side. Just go back a bit and show you. And the other reason I like it, well, there's several reasons I like it, but it doesn't, it's kind of a bit fitted. The coat I wear most of the time is quite bulky on me. So, and I think the colour of this, I think I see colours differently to other people or some people. I think this is a sort of a burgundy colour, but current husband thinks it's bronze. So, I don't know, what do you think? Well, hopefully you'll like it, because I do, and you know, I'm keeping it now. And there's room underneath. The sleeves are nice and long, and there's room underneath to put, you know, a jumper or two under it if you want to. So yeah, I bought that. Right, let's just get this off. Right, I think that's all the stuff I've bought. Well, it's not actually, but this is for another day. I've bought three tops for to sort of see me through Christmas. I ordered them when I ordered the Lola Shapers from Yours Clothing, and I've ordered two sort of blouses, which are, one's a bit more Christmassy than the other, and a Christmas t-shirt which isn't too wildly Christmas. So when I do my next video, I'll show you those, but I'll keep those for, there's too much going on today, so I'll keep those and show you those next time. I think that's everything to show you. I've got lots of sort of, you know, painkillers, and I've got my makeup to put in. Anyway, I'm going to go and do that, and then what I'll do is I'll get some of it together and show you a bit later. It might even be tomorrow, I don't know. I'll just see how it all goes, but I wanted to do this bit and just show you the new things I bought. I've got a new excitement for next week. I've got a new fridge freezer arriving. Honestly, that was a right old pain in the neck. I usually, because I've just had a new tumble dryer, and then for some reason my fridge freezer seems to be in mourning for the old tumble dryer, and it's decided it's not going to work properly. It's still fridge freezing, it's still fridgy, and it's still freezing stuff, but it's just not right. It's not working properly, and I've tried unblocking the pluggy hole thing, and everyone says, oh, there's a little hole at the back if you unplug that, because there's lots of water build up, and it doesn't seem to be that. Anyway, we've had it a number of years, so I said to current husband, we need to get another one after Christmas. Anyway, he sat down one evening when looking on his iPad for I didn't know what, and then he told me he'd ordered a new fridge freezer. Now, call me old-fashioned, but ordering kitchen appliances is generally my domain, because, well, he does open it to get the milk out sometimes, or a Scotch egg or something, but he doesn't really have a relationship with the utensils and the kitchen appliances that I do. He doesn't really know where anything, well, actually I think he does know where the plates and things go now, because he's helped me wash up a few times over the last few months. But before that, we've only lived in this house for 20 years, so it takes time, doesn't it? So anyway, and he said he'd ordered this, and I thought, oh no, because I kind of think it's my I'm a bit anal about my fridge freezer. I think I wanted to choose it because I kind of know what goes in it and where it goes, and whether it's got the right shelves and the right bits and pieces. And I know they're all basically the same, there's not much difference, and I wanted to get one similar to, I wanted to get the same brand I had before, because I've been pleased with that and I like the look of it. Anyway, I couldn't find one that I liked, and I get bored quite easily looking for things, so I think he took over, unbeknownst to me, he took over the choosing of the fridge freezer. So he did that, and he said to me at the end, he said, oh, I've ordered a fridge freezer, it's coming on Thursday from Argos. So I went, oh, well, what did you order? So anyway, he told me, and I thought, oh, get over it, Linda, get over it. So I said, okay, that's fine. And so he got all the emails and whatever to say that thank you for the order and blah blah. And then a few days later he said to me, oh, I've had a text from Hotpoint. So it's a Hotpoint fridge freezer we're getting. Sorry if I didn't tell you that before. Big part of the story. And he said I have to ring them and sort out delivery. And I was a little bit, I eyed this with my usual suspicion because just because when I've ordered all sorts of things from Argos before, big things and little things, you usually get a delivery date, and he'd said that it was coming on a particular day, and I didn't see any reason why Hotpoint would be, now just stick with me on this story, Hotpoint would be sending us message or sending him messages telling him to ring a particular number or following a link. And my scam bristles were bristling. And this is the thing, isn't it? You're so careful now because everything, however reliable and however reasonable it seems, can potentially be a scam. And so I said, well, don't do that. And there was a phone number on it. So I went onto my laptop and looked up the customer service numbers or check numbers for Argos, and it was a completely different number. And I said, well, I'll get in touch with them and see what they say. And I'm fully aware that also, because you're probably thinking, well, you're an idiot, because I know that some things come direct from the supplier, but it was the whole we're going to deliver this on Thursday that had my rankles up. And anyway, so I rang up and got some recorded service saying, gave all the information, gave my order number, and then it said, we will be in touch with you in due course to discuss delivery. And I thought, oh, okay then. And then they said, you can hang on to speak to someone, but I thought, well, no, we'll leave it another 24 hours because it's Christmas and things are busy and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not desperate. It's not like everything's melting on the floor in the kitchen. And and then he got another message, the same as before. And I'm thinking, oh dear. So I rang up the following day and I rang Argos again and asked them, I spoke to a bloke, a young bloke, and now I know that we all, you don't know how you come across to other people really, do you? But I thought I was quite polite and was just asking a question, and he got a bit sort of arsey with me, sorry, but it's all I can describe it as. And I didn't quite catch what he was saying, because if people have a bit of an accent sometimes, I don't know what sort of accent he had, but if they do, I sometimes struggle to understand because my hearing isn't fantastic. I struggle to understand people I live with, because if they mumble or something. But he said something to me and I asked him to repeat it. And then he got a bit sort of, and he started speaking to me in the sort of tone that a mum would speak to a naughty toddler, sort of, I've told you once, and I said, well, do you mind not speaking to me as though I was a child? And he said, well, I'm not, I'm just trying to explain to you. And I said, well, I appreciate that, but I'm struggling to hear you. And anyway, he sort of went on a bit, and then I said to him, look, the main thing I would like, then he said to me, you can go into a shop and ask them and they might be able to help out, because I told him that I was worried about these messages being a scam. I said, is it likely that you would have sent these? And he couldn't really answer that, so he told me to go into an Argos shop. Well, I mean, they're just little things in supermarkets now, aren't they? They're always in Sainsbury's or somewhere. And I thought to myself, well, he's telling me to this. I'm thinking, highly unlikely that I go into I mean, if you work in Argos, and this isn't true, that, fair play, but I'm thinking that if I go in and ask them if it's a scam, are they going to tell me? Are they going to know? Or are they just going to say, oh, you need to ring this number? So anyway, I didn't, I just left it at that, and I thought, well, he couldn't tell me. I thought, well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I saw two of my daughters and was talking about this, and they quite rightly pointed out that it's very unlikely that you would get a text from Hotpoint had you not actually ordered a Hotpoint product. Scammers probably wouldn't know in that amount of detail. So and my daughter looked on my phone and she said, I'm sure this is genuine. And as the three of us were talking about this, my phone goes and it's current husband, and he said, I've spoken to Hotpoint and they're delivering the fridge freezer on whatever date it was. He said they were a bit narky with him as well. We must come over as a right pair, mustn't we? But anyway, it was sorted out, and the girls were quite right. And all of you that are sitting there shouting at me, saying, "Oh, don't be stupid. If Hotpoint had sent you the message, of course it wasn't a scam." But the point is, we're so worried about everything now, aren't we? Every message I get, every text I get, you know, you're kind of checking the minute detail of it, aren't you? Because you're just so worried about somebody hacking into your account in somewhere and running off with everything. But anyway, so when this blooming thing turns up, this will be after our, because then I thought, oh, I hope it doesn't turn up while we're away, but that's not going to be a problem. Probably won't ever turn up at all, will it? Oh yeah, they'll say you've had your chance. So yes, we'll have an exciting new fridge freezer in a week or two. So yes, anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I don't know why that came into my brain, but I will come back to you in a bit with the packing. See you soon. Bye bye. I was just watching that video back, and I just wanted to correct something. I think when I was telling you about where my friends had been, not that it matters to you, but just for my own sake, I think I said Salzburg and I meant Strasbourg, so got the wrong name there. And also, just to point out, when I was going on about this thing, this is not just a camera holder. If anyone out there has got a Sony camera, it's as I said, it's a little stand, and it's also, obviously you put your camera on top, and you can start and finish your filming, your videos, just by doing this, so you don't have to move your hand around. So it's quite a good little gizmo. I think it's about 150 quid, so not cheap. But if anyone is thinking of doing YouTube and has a Sony camera, this might be a good accessory for you. I'm not getting paid anything by Sony, I can assure you, unfortunately, but I just thought I'd mention that, because you might have thought that's all it did. It was just a stand, but it does actually provide some functions, and you can take photos with it as well without having to fiddle about with the top of the camera, so you can use it with your thumb, I suppose. Anyway, let's see let's see how that goes when I'm away, and see how it works. So yeah, see you in a bit. Right, I've packed as much stuff into this case as I can. Current husband hasn't put any of his stuff in yet. This is all mine, and I'm thinking, my God, this is a very short trip and there's all this stuff. But I have got in here, I can't find any of my packing cubes. This is the only one I could find. I mean, God knows where all this stuff is going in my life. There must be something seriously wrong with me. This has got basically makeup and, you know, perfume and all that sort of stuff in it. This is some bath stuff where I've got some, I'm not intending on washing my hair if I can possibly avoid it, but I want to take my straighteners to keep it tidy. But so this is all subject to change, basically. I've got some tea bags. Sorry, I know, sad. So there's a few toiletries in there. There's some more to come. This is underwear, nightwear, and there's a towel in there, socks as well. I bought with me, I've got 2 pairs of leggings. I'm going to wear a pair tomorrow, and then just in case, I mean, you just don't know how many you're going to need, do you? I've got a pair for Friday, and a pair for Saturday. I mean, you just don't know if you're going to get them dirty or something and want something clean. So I've got, including the ones I will be wearing, 3. I've got 3 jumpers. I've got a couple of t-shirts to go under the jumpers for layering. I've got some scarves. I've got a couple of plug thingy bobs, my brush. There's 2 pairs of trainers in here as well. I'll be going to be wearing my boots. Yeah, what else is in there? Can't think. That's mainly it, I think. But as I say, it's all subject to change. This is what I'm going to wear in the morning. We're being picked up by the taxi at 4:30 a.m. So I've got this jumper out. I've got my boots. Obviously, it's easier to pack trainers than it is boots. And a top to wear underneath my jumper and my leggings. And I've packed my bag. There's still quite a lot of room in it, and it's still not very heavy. I've got paperwork, purse, you know, currency and whatever in there. Painkillers, because the last thing you want to do is fishing through your suitcase for things like that should you need them on the journey. Coloured my hair today and I defuzzed my chin, so that should be all right. So my hair's a little bit darker at the moment. There's a rucksack there, so my plan is, well, what I'm thinking is on the bed there's it's a bit behind that tree, but there's the bag for current husband's CPAP machine, which he has to take with him wherever he goes. So he can either put, I mean, we know we'd have to take it abroad and everything. Well, I'm sure lots of you will know, because I'm sure lots of you or your partners will, or friends will use a CPAP machine. So that's either going to go in that case, which I'm sure it will fit, there's still room, or potentially in his rucksack. He tends to take a rucksack on holiday just for ease of, you know, things you need to get your hands on. And he can probably take some of the stuff that I've got in this bag out. We can share it between us a bit. But when he comes in tonight, I'll have a word with him and see what he thinks. He'll probably say I've got far too much stuff in there and I might take some out. I'm just not very good at packing. The other thing I've got to do is pack the dog's bag, because they're going to my daughter's for a couple of nights, and so we'll take them there this evening. And I'm missing them already. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So they've never stayed in a new house either, so I don't know how they'll be. I'm sure they'll be fine. They know the family well, don't they? So, you know, they're not going to be too worried, and she's very good with them. So yeah, so we get to take the dogs over to their holiday accommodation tonight, and then come back and then go to bed and set the alarm for bright and early. You just have that horrible feeling, don't you? You're going to sleep through your alarm, but hopefully we won't. Yes, so that is that. Now I've got my camera and my camera stand thing, and I'm fully intending to try and film as much as I can. I can't promise what I'll film and how good it'll be or how much, but hopefully I'll be able to give you a taste of what we did. As I say, we're there for a very, very short period of time, yes, I'm looking forward to it. And one of the trains, as we've had previous notification that one of the trains we're getting, the last leg from Brussels to Cologne, is delayed. It's not delayed setting off, but the journey is delayed because of rail works. They're doing something on the line, but you know, if you know, you can prepare for it, can't you? I've got a puzzle book in there. I've got a Mahjong game on my phone, and yeah, and you're only under the in the tunnel for a very short period of time, so yes, I'm looking forward to it. I have since looked at some of your comments from the food tasting video, and thank you so much for all the kind comments. The children featured very heavily in your remarks, and lots of you said how lovely they were and how well behaved they were and everything, and they are good kids. I mean, like all kids sometimes, but yeah, they're quite comfortable, as I think I might have said before. They're quite comfortable in front of cameras generally, so that's the thing about children these days, isn't it? Most of them don't mind having their photographs taken because their mums are constantly, or their mums and dads and people are constantly photographing them. Live in that sort of world, isn't it? Don't we? And anyway, so thank you very much for all your kind comments on that. I will you will be seeing this video, probably we'll be back by then. But anyway, you take care. I will see you on the next video, and yeah, have a good few days. Bye bye.